So hello there, good afternoon. Oh my god, I remember I said I need to stop saying good afternoon or good morning or good night, just in case you're watching this video at a different time of the day. So hello and hi. Well, this is Francesca from Aspire Student Hub, and today as we commence with our scholarship and study abroad series, we also promise to use videos for those who may be video oriented, so those who prefer who would value a video presentation of all of our points and comments as opposed to text. But don't forget that if you're a member of Aspire Student Hub on Facebook, then you have direct access to all of these points that we're going to talk about as images. And if you're yet to become a member, what are you waiting for? And finally, if you are looking to get more detail concerning all of these points that we're going to talk about today, good thing to know that we will also be posting the link to the articles on our blog. This is a more permanent place where you can visit and take notes as you read, and print if you wanted to print, or do whatever you like to do with the article. But don't forget to like, comment and share, not just on the article but on this particular video. Let's know how we've done today and what other points we missed, or what are other points we should talk about in our next videos. Shall we begin? Just so you could see that I have this paper, just in case I'm going back and forth, down and up, so you don't wonder what I am looking at. I've taken down notes here. It helps me to stay the path. Okay, so let's begin. Today we want to talk about why study abroad is a thing in the society today. I mean, I'm sure if you were asked, you will also appreciate the opportunity to study abroad. But not only Nigerians or Africans get this whole vibe of study abroad. I must say it's a global, worldwide thing. Even here in the UK, when they say international student, they're not talking specifically about Nigerian students or Ghanaian students or African students. It's a global thing. Whether you are from the United States or you're from any of the European countries or Asia, you are an international student. So it's not just Nigerian thing. Let's just get that fact right. But generally speaking, why do you think that study abroad is a thing? So we're going to be using the UK as an example because I'm a student here, and I know more about this country than any other place, given that I've stayed here for a decade. So we're going to draw our emphasis around the UK, why students love to study here best. And besides, the UK, United States and Canada are three of the top most sought after destinations for international students. So talking about the UK, it's going to talk about what we're going to talk about concerning the UK and studying here is going to be applicable to other destinations like the US or Canada. Well, should it be that people or students really fancy to study abroad because our local academic institutions are in a deplorable state? Is it that the academic environment back home is not as conducive, it's not welcoming, does not support the general well-being of a student, or even enhance their ability to achieve academic success? Or could it be that corruption is also another thing and another reason why students sought after the study abroad and study in places like the UK? And also competition among peers and family. Back home, people are more inclined into doing what their neighbor does, or even better, your neighbor's child has just gotten into the university at the age of 14 and you are 16 and you feel that pressure, or that person's daughter is a medical doctor and you feel that pressure. Could it also be insecurity because it's not safe back home, especially for students? Your campuses are very porous. The security state is in need of restructuring and remodeling and regoverning. Or could it be that the transport system is not secured as well? So there are so many security concerns that affects the students back home, which is one of the top reasons why they seek to study abroad. Or could it also be internship opportunities? Like for example, in the UK, it's more fashionable for students to want to seek internship so that they can gain experience and develop the skills and expertise as they prepare themselves to go into their career proper. And when you are looking for this internship, it's not just your duty. I mean, it's your primarily you are responsible for where you want to work, especially if you know the path you want to go. But also the institution, they have tailored support to ensure that students get the internship that they desire, the internship that they seek. So these are some of the things that you will think about while students want to study in places like the UK. Or could it be career development? So I was recently talking to someone, a very close relative, about career development and why academics and degrees and developing your academic portfolio is a very big thing here in places like here in the UK and other similar places. Because first, the tuition is quite expensive, and you can't expect students to pay that huge amount of money and not get a career for themselves or a job, which is why most universities in the UK, one of their top campaign, their top marketing or promotional campaign is to show the interested student the career prospect, the career achievement, how many of the students have successfully gained a career path, how many of the students gain job or actually started doing their own thing in terms of career as soon as they left the uni. This statistics is some of the widely acknowledged marketing strategies for universities in the UK. So career development is a thing here. You go to school, you have a career initiative or you have a career direction. The support is here. You have the available support to engineer you to walk to that path and gain your career pursuit or career progress, as the case may be. Now, the question is, do you have such system back home? Well, if no, then now you see why students back home or international students want to travel over here to places like the UK to study, because they want to gain a job after their studies. They want to be able to progress in their career path after the study. They want to start earning. They want to take care of themselves, their family. They want to do other things, and all those things require finance. So it's much more should I say, profitable to a student if they have the assurance that they can get a job after studying. I think it's even going to engineer and motivate them to, to be very, very dedicated at study, because they know if I finish quick and finish well, I get a better job. So that may be the reason why students, or international students rather, want to study in places like the UK. Then I've talked about quality of subjects, module and courses. Specifically, let's talk about modules. I understand why a medical student should study the likes of biology, chemistry, and I understand why an engineering student should study maths and physics. But I don't understand why a computer science student should study biology and chemistry. This is a thing back home, and it's not proper, it's not adequate, it doesn't align with the student's future. If the students are studying a specific course, it's much more relevant and even very significant for the student to have modules that align with your courses. So if you're studying computer science, for instance, do coding courses like data architecture, enterprise architecture, on research methods, which is a very generic subject because or module, because every final year student is required to engage in an individual project. So they need to know about research methods. But should a computer science student study biology? Answer the question. And that said, right here in the UK, if you're studying, your modules are aligned specifically to your course. In fact, they're very tailored, that you can see the practical implication of your course or your modules after you finish your school. So for instance, I studied computing and information systems, and some of the modules that I did were things like data architecture, where I engaged with coding, likes of RStudio, MongoDB, DynamoDB, and the likes. And then we also did enterprise architecture, because again, when you're talking about information systems, remember they're 50% technical and 50% theoretical. So you need to know that enterprise aspect of it, and you also need to know that other data architecture part of it. And then I did something like information systems project management, because of course, as an information system analyst, you're going to be handling and managing a lot of projects. So, and the project management strategies and approaches differ from others. So you need to know exactly the elements that are required of an information system analyst for a particular project. And then I did something like knowledge management, which is a module that helps you to develop knowledge management system like media wikis and the like. So what I'm trying to say is this: your course, when you're studying in the UK, your course are solid, and then they tailor your modules to ensure that they enhance your ability to fit into that solid course. So at the end of your study, you become a solid candidate for any job in your particular field. And I've also written down here course confidence. Yes, course confidence. Have you ever wondered why back home some students are very, very shy to review their course? Like, they feel if their course does not fall in line with things like medicine, engineering, or law, they feel like their course is irrelevant. No, guys, it is absolutely wrong. Every course is solid, every course is strong, and every course is valid. There is no invalid course, whether you're studying agricultural science or fishing. I mean, I have seen a lot of projects in my academic lifetime, and I've seen students who actually conducted research in subjects like webcam, FaceTime, clothing, texture, and all of these things. So every course is solid, and until we redirect the perception of many people back home, a lot of students will continue to feel the pressure. They'll continue to feel massive pressure because they are feeling like, oh, I'm not doing this A course, so I'm not part of the A team. No, you're part of the A team. And that is why many students want to come here to study, because no matter the course you study, your validity in the career world is unquestionable, and you can stand tall. As simple as that. Every course you can stand tall, really, as opposed to looking towards the direction of, oh, I'm studying that course. Over here, people look at the direction of, oh, I came out with a distinction or merit or a pass. That is the drive here, not the course, because the course, come on, this. And that is, again, I like to even state this, I just like to chip it in. One of the huge difference, or one of the gaps, the huge reason for the gap between developing nations and developed nations is the amount of academic research and the contribution to knowledge, which, of course, the students play a very central role in. So over here, students do project as part, is mandatory as part of their assessment to get a degree. They have to conduct an individual project, and your project, you are advised to do something that interests you, but find a way to align it to your course. And doing this means you're contributing to the general body of knowledge. And of course, I've seen students whose projects were sponsored after they completed, or they were given like grants to further the project and develop the project into something very very reusable or very significant to the society. So the more the student conducts projects, the more they come up with outcomes and results that are very relevant to developing a society, a community, or even a nation. And when the government are also receptive, so they understand the impact of students, they understand the impact of university studies, and they understand the impact of academic research. So they welcome you. In fact, they provide the grants for you to further develop your projects. And if the government is that receptive, that means they take every point from a student's project into account. And once that project is developed and completed, well, it goes to the national, profit or benefits, and it helps to develop the economy of the nation. So back home, the reason why we are struggling is because we're not encouraging students to conduct individual research in an area that interests them. And it's also very problematic, or perhaps should I say challenging, for a student to conduct an individual study or project in an area that interests them, because we are not engineering that course or that module during the course of their study. So when a student enrolled to study a course like computing and information systems, at the first year and second year, the student should be able to come up with an innovative idea of what their final year project will be, or what they're going to focus the final year project on. So that goes to show that from the first year to the second year, the student is building up this knowledge. And in the final year, the student already have a foundational knowledge or understanding of what they want to do. But when your course or when your modules are not in line with the student's interest or with the student's future, it becomes very problematic and challenging for them to know exactly what to focus their project on when they get to the final year. So guys, that is again another huge reason why international students want to go abroad, because over here, whatever course you do, you can always develop a project on that area, and if your project is solid, of which it has to be, otherwise you would not get your degree, then there's a more chance that you can even get grants and further develop your project. And again, it's going to go on to the national benefit or the economy of the nation in that particular place where you were studying, because this is where you've conducted the research, not back home. And then finally, I've written down here outdated systems. One of the reasons why students seek to study abroad is because the system back home is outdated. I was talking to a friend recently as well who studied computer science, and when I asked some questions, they're like, what are you talking about? I'm thinking, you did computer science? And then I only realized, or I was actually informed, that some of the computers back home are still, I don't want to even say it, but they're still like way back. They're not even in trend with the latest systems. And you're teaching computer science. How do you expect such a student to be relevant or to apply the significance of their course in a career world, when after studies they are practically oblivious of how to use the system? And I also heard that even though I'm using computer science because this is an area where I have more friends back home. If you know of any other scenario and any other course that the same logic applies, please share with us. Let's continue to create awareness until this, the government begin to do something. I also was told that you're doing computer science and they're actually writing with chalks on the board. Some codes, you can't write codes on the board, like a complete codes. The student need computers, they need laptops, and they need sophisticated system servers to enable them practice and do that more effectively. Writing on the board, you're trying to make a code or create a system. A board is not enough. How much can a board collect? You need a massive screen, and you need your own system where you can demonstrate to the student and they follow up. This is the in trend, and this is how a student can develop. Otherwise, they will continue to seek to study abroad because they want this amenities, they want these facilities, they want this systems, they want a good structure. They want to be relevant after study. They want to be able to apply the significance of their course in the career world after study. And if the local or if your country cannot offer you that, and there is an opportunity to get that, I would want to study abroad as well. So guys, I do hope that we've just highlighted some factors or reason why international students want to study abroad in places like the UK. Of course, the reasons are enormous. And we're going to take the whole time here if we have to talk about these things. But of course, you can use the comment section below to raise your points, and let's talk about it more and see, exactly what can be done by the awareness that we create. So in the next video, we're going to be taking this further, and we're going to be talking about specifically the UK and international students. The reason why we are taking this in this fashion is so that when we begin to provide you the available scholarship for next year and the year after, you will be required of so many things, one of which is your personal statement, where you need to sell yourself and tell the university or the institution why you are the perfect candidate for that scholarship. So by knowing all of these things that we talk about before providing you with the scholarship links, you are able to write your personal statement, and you are able to draw some critical reasoning, logical reasoning, and also have some lines of evidences to say this is exactly why I'm seeking admission in your university and also seeking for scholarship, because I know what I want, and this thing we do not have it back home. This is the reason, that is the reason, and this is the reference to back my claim. Hence, your university have these things that I seek to become relevant in the society, which is why I want you to take me on board. So providing you the scholarship links, you will absolutely have more questions like, how can I write my personal statement? How can I even draft my CV, my cover letter, or even write anything? Because you really need to know this that we're just talking about. So thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I do hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye, and take